I'm Ryan Weiss. I live in Venice, California, and I'm an Onsite alumni. I work in kind of like the healing mental health space as a coach. And so this is an area that I'm focused on when I'm working with clients, but also when I'm driving in my car, I'm learning, I'm reading, I'm always doing the work on myself. I'm obsessed with it. It's just my passion. Going to Onsite was a defining moment. There's a before Onsite and there's an after Onsite. Before Onsite was really about kind of how we think about like spiritual concepts, like going into meditation and mindfulness, connecting to source, connecting to nature. That was really kind of my focus, which is beautiful and important. But what I realized at Onsite was that work is kind of like here up, like building into my future, learning to expand my sense of self, but it was missing this whole other part of like working with my past and acknowledging the ways that I experienced trauma and learning that the definition of trauma is just the times in my life when I wasn't being nurtured, and the times in my life when I was alone in my pain and didn't have an adult who was capable of like holding that space and like attuning to my needs and asking me questions. And my parents are phenomenal human beings. They're the best. They've done it, but they're both trauma victims, both major abuse in their early years. So they never learned how to like feel their own feelings, and they were stressed and anxious all the time, and they were providing for myself and my siblings, but they didn't know how to like sit with me when I was in pain or in fear. They didn't know how to like check in with this little queer boy who was closeted and like not sleeping at night because I was so afraid of the world finding out that I was different. And so I was alone, right? And it wasn't until I went to Onsite that I realized the damage that did in terms of my attachments and relationships, in terms of my relationship with myself, in terms of like the parts of my brain. I mean, that was a big piece at Onsite too, is like learning the neurology of trauma, learning how it lives in my brain, learning about like the part of my brain where traumatic memories, like lack of nurturing live, and starting to realize like, oh, I have a brain that's always, everywhere I go, asking like, am I safe or am I not? Am I safe or am I not? Am I safe or am I not? Do I get to be myself or do I have to be something different? Can I say this? Is it gonna offend you? Like always second guessing. And so what changed for me at Onsite was like this safety to like let it all hang out and to in community like be seen by people in sharing like what felt like the stuff that I could never share. There's really not a day that goes by where I don't at least share about Onsite, and probably 3 to 4 times a week I'm sharing, hey, you might want to check out this place. To me, it's the future. We haven't quite caught up yet to the importance of what Onsite is offering in terms of a trauma-informed perspective. Like to me, the trauma-informed work is the evolution of psychology beyond kind of the Freudian or the Jungian or the analysis, which all that's powerful and wonderful and great. But the work being done, the trauma-informed experiential, specifically work being done at Onsite, to me is like the fact that we're doing healing together, the fact that we get to experience being in relationship with people and doing the healing work, so it's not just me and the therapist, the fact that I'm on this like, beautiful campus and there's like horses and great food and in the middle of nature. There's just something really special that's happening there. That what I say to people is like, this place is a space where when I walk into it, like my coach hat is taken off, any pretend masks, like I just get to go and like be. And I think that's what we all want.